こんにちは。国用デザインアワードの佐藤です。この度はご視聴いただきありがとうございます。それでは、国用デザインアワード2023応募に関するご説明をさせていただきます。
Hello, everyone. This video will explain about the application procedures for the Kokyo Design Award 2023. We will cover 4 topics. First, an introduction to Kokyo. Second, features of the Kokyo Design Award. Third, entry guidelines for the Kokyo Design Award, plus an explanation of this year's theme. And finally, we will hear from last year's winners about the experiences from the competition, how they interpret the theme, and how they worked on a presentation sheet and models. Introduction to Kokyo. Kokyo is a comprehensive office supply manufacturer with #1 share in Japan's stationery and office furniture markets. The company started 117 years ago, first creating leather covers, growing to a nationwide manufacturer with focus on paper products, and expanding into the office furniture market in the 1960s. Today, we are engaged in various businesses beyond stationery and furniture, like creating office space design, work from home furniture, and providing accompanying services. Through our portfolio, we support people's working, learning, and living environments. This year, Kokyo defined the company's purpose in society as leading you to the exciting future of work styles and lifestyles that lie ahead. With society becoming more complex than ever, uncertainty may remain, and it could be hard to visualize the future. But we believe creativity and diversity can create a better future. Be free, be creative, and true to yourself without being caught up in the past. Kokyo will continue to propose new work styles and lifestyles that support each and every person's individual goals. Kokyo's philosophy, design with empathy, is the basis of how we anticipate the future. Our culture of emphasizing with customers' challenges and creating new value together has harnessed our way of understanding what's next. Our history of designing customer experiences and our culture of experimentation is at the foundation of how we foresee the future of work and life. They are also the ideas that guide us as we hold the Kokyo Design Award. Features of the Kokyo Design Award. There are 2 main features about the Kokyo Design Award. One is about a selection of a theme. Each year, the jury and Kokyo set a theme based on the social background and what they want to think about through design. During judging, how the theme was understood and captured in your design are taken into account as assessment points. Judging is performed twice. In the first round of judging, we judge the presentation sheets submitted during the application period. Approximately 10 finalists will be selected to proceed to the final judging. Before the final judging, finalists will be asked to prepare a model of their designs and give a presentation in front of the jury. How the entrants interpret the theme will be an important point during each of these processes. The second feature is that Kokyo commercializes the award-winning entries. Through commercial launches of product design entries, we serve as a stage to support the winner's future work. 20 past entries have been presented as actual products, such as Kadokeshi, Nameless Paints, True Measure, and Notebook for black and white writing. When we turn entries into products, we don't merely reproduce them as is. We think about their marketability, the technical challenges involved in development and production, and sometimes make changes flexibly while staying true to the design concept. The process of turning entries into products is undertaken together with the creators. They participate in meetings about the direction and specifications for commercialization and accompany us to the production sites. The winning entries often garner further appreciation after they've been turned into products. Many winning product, design, advertising, and other awards in and outside Japan. Most recently, Notebook for black and white writing, which was launched in 2020, was selected for the Jita Design Museum selection. Entry guidelines. The theme for this year is Embrace. Please read the body copy about the message behind the theme. When you look at embrace in the dictionary, you will see meanings like to include or to hug. We chose this year's theme with the intention to create a positive future by accepting and welcoming various differences and challenges. Eligible entry fields will be any stationery, furniture, or tool used in working, learning, and living scenes. The entries will be assessed on 5 criteria. The design includes a proposed solution to a social issue. It has components that make people feel positive. The idea's uniqueness, the product design's feasibility, design's potential to become a commercial product. Entries do not have to cover all 5 points, but will be assessed based on the overall balance of them. Now regarding who can enter this contest. Corporations, organizations, individuals, and groups are all welcome regardless of age, sex, professional background, or nationality. Only designs that have never been shown publicly before in Japan or any other country can be entered. Entrants must be able to give a presentation at the final judging that is scheduled for March 18th, 2023. The awards and prize money will consist of 1 Grand Prix with a prize of 2 million yen and 3 merit awards with a prize of 500,000 yen. Additionally, to commemorate the Tokyo Design Awards 20th anniversary, we will choose up to 20 entrants to receive a special award, the Yokoku Award. The Yokoku Award is a special award commemorating the 20th anniversary of the Tokyo Design Award. It will be awarded to selected student entrants as a way to support their future work. Tokyo's purpose is leading you to the exciting future of work styles and lifestyles that lie ahead. Following this concept, we will select up to 20,000 entries that make us feel that the future will be exciting. These will be selected based on the presentation sheets, and models will not be needed. Schedule. The call for entrants will start from Friday, July 29th, and the final deadline will be at 12 noon Japan Standard Time on Tuesday, October 11th. After that, the first round of judging will be held in late November, and the chosen finalists will be notified in mid-December. The final judging will be held in Tokyo on Saturday, March 18th, 2023, and the award ceremony is scheduled to be held on the same day. What to submit for each round of judging. In the first round, entrants will submit a size A3 portrait layout presentation sheet in PDF or JPEG format. Please check the website for detailed conditions. For the final judging, along with resubmitting the presentation sheets, the entrants will also make a model of their designs. The presentation sheets that are submitted during the first round of judging will be the first step in the assessment, so we recommend that you submit them in the format that follows the rules. When someone has to look through many documents, the information you want them to see will be conveyed more clearly if the right information is in the right place. The title and the type of product go in the upper left corner. The concept goes in the upper right. Images conveying what the design is about and when and how it's used go in the center. And at the bottom, technical drawings of the front, top, and side views with dimensions. We will have 5 judges. From the left, Masashi Kawamura, Chief Creative Officer at Creative Studio Whatever. He is involved in a wide range of products, including campaign programs for numerous global brands, image production, and product design. Tsuyoshi Tane, founder of Atelier Tsuyoshi Tane Architects. He is an architect based in France whose work includes the Estonian National Museum. Designer Nao Tamura is joining as a new judge this year. Based in New York, she works on a wide variety of projects from products to installations and spatial design. Teruhiro Yanagihara. He is a designer who is engaged in a number of design projects, spatial design, product design, and everything in between that go beyond the boundaries of countries and genres. Satoshi Yoshizumi, principal and designer at Tucked Project. He has not only been involved in client-based work, he has done experimental independent research projects and has also been featured and noted in various design exhibitions. He is responsible for the creative direction of the key visuals for this year's Design Award. These will be our 5 judges. On our website and social media pages, we provide all the information for entering the Tokyo Design Awards. You can also find introduction to entries that have been turned into products and interviews with the winners on our website. On YouTube, you can also hear from the jury about this year's theme. Make sure to check our Facebook or Twitter accounts where we post information about entering the award. Next, we will hear from last year's Grand Prix winners.
続いては昨年グランプリを受賞されたエミレ&ジョセフのお二人、 エミレ・マリ・ジョアニさん、ジョセフ・シャテニさんにご登場いただきます。エミレ&ジョセフのお二人、こんにちは。
Hello.
Hello.
Hello。それではインタビューを始めたいと思います。お二人が国用デザインアワードに応募したきっかけを教えてください。
Honestly, we decided to apply for the Kokyo Design Award for the two main reasons. The first one is because of the brief, because of the subject. We thought this subject was really interesting for us because of the meaning. The meaning was emotions. It was quite unusual to see emotional subject in a contest, and that's why we decided to work on to try to avoid a bit the industrial part, and that's why it speaks to us. And the second part also was to try to become a bit closer from the Japanese culture, because it's a culture we always wanted to discover. And I think that's the two main reasons.
ありがとうございます。では、ちょっとこれは本文とは離れちゃうんですけど、日本の文化に興味があるというところをちょっと深掘りしてお伺いしたいんですけれども、もともと日本に来られたことがあったりとか、そういう文化に触れることがあって興味をお持ちになられたんですか？
Well, to be honest, we never went to Japan, both of us. But it's a culture that we were sensibilized to, like, since very young. Regarding, first the pop culture was a big thing, but also all the culture around the fact of writing the stationery aussi, which is a big thing. So that's why we had this attray to the Japanese culture.
ありがとうございます。では次の質問としては、テーマに対して興味を持っていただいたというふうに聞いたんですけれども、このアンラーニングというテーマをどのように読み解いたのでしょうか？
Yes, of course. To be honest, the first time we read the brief, we first time that we read the theme, we were in Greece, and we were arriving in Greece from France. And we were just starting a new way of living, a new way of life, a new lifestyle, which is much more calm and really peaceful in Greece compared to France. And at that point, we were kind of unlearning the stressful life, unlearning to be under pressure. Being in Greece at that point, we were starting to work really like, let's say, in a more peaceful environment with much less pressure on like for us. And at that point, reading the brief, we understood like unlearning exactly as what we were living at that point, what we were experiencing. So I think it was really clear, even at the first time we read it.
ありがとうございます。実体験を通して、アンラーニングというものを解釈できていた、しやすかったということなんですけれども、では作品のフロー・オブ・ソーツに落とし込んだ過程というか、その辺の経緯を教えていただけますでしょうか？
Well, the point was to try to unlearn to think too much, to unlearn to put too big to-do lists and too many thoughts on one piece of paper, and just to focus on one thing that was really important in your head or on the day. So unlearning to, maybe not learning to empty your head, maybe, like it was more to learn to be in a meditative state and to forget the hustle and bustle of the daily life that you live at work or in your daily living.
瞑想がまさに日本的ですね。
That's the point. And even the name flow of thoughts come from the meditative state, because when you meditate, you have to focus on the empty, you have to focus on nothing, and your flow of thoughts have to be concentrated on the empty. So that's where it comes from, actually.
ありがとうございます。一次審査の時のプレゼンテーションシートと最終審査会での模型のアウトプットがかなり印象としては大きな変化を遂げられてたなと思ったんですけれども、変えられた理由とかを教えていただけますか？
Yes, of course. At the first release, we had some feedbacks from the judges, which were, how to say that? We decided at the first for the first release not to use all the pages as something usable. So for the second part of the product, for the improvement we did, we decided to make this product as usable as it could be, using all square centimeter of any pages, like to be 99% usable. And so this is why we decided to change all the white part all the black part in the pages, to put scribbles at this place, to be able for the user and for the people who will probably have it to use all the product, not to have something just one line usable in one full product. So this is why we try to optimize it as much as possible.
ここが審査員にも評価されたポイントになったので、すごくいい変化があったのかなというふうに我々も思ってます。
Thank you. We also wanted to make it as more ecological as it could be, because you don't want to use that ink not to be usable.
ではちょっとプレゼンのことを教えてください。最終審査会でのプレゼンにおいて工夫された点があれば教えてください。
Yes, of course. I think we prepared ourselves as it was something in
Video.
Yes, in video, like in Zoom. We were able to prepare something, I would say, much more easier for us it was easier for us to prepare something because we had less stress than if we were on the place in Japan. But I think it was really well made. It was really professional from your side, from the Kokyo side. We were really impressed about the quality of the speech, the quality of the show. It was kind of TV show actually for us from a French point of view. So we prepared ourselves as we did usually, as we do usually. But from our point of view, it was perfect. We had nothing to say that was maybe how to say a weakness from our point of view. It was perfect.
すごい嬉しいコメントをありがとうございます。リラックスをして臨んでいただけて、それがすごくいいように作用して、こちらも良かったなと思って今嬉しく聞いていました。
Thank you. Good to hear also. It was a pleasure.
ありがとうございます。ではちょっと次の質問なんですけれども、今回のこの受賞を経てですね、何か周囲の変化だったりとか、お二人の心境の変化、これから目指したいことみたいのがあれば教えてください。
Well, actually, the first thing that changed was the self-confidence. Actually, now we're more confident in our projects. We know that we're designer, we're graduated, we are creative, so we can apply to this kind of contest and we can win this kind of contest and we can understand the topic of this kind of contests. So we were really glad to validate the fact that we are creatives. And also another point is that we learned that we could work together in a duo, actually, because we are two different persons with two different personalities, and that we thought maybe at the first time it would not match in a work project. And actually, in this contest, we really balanced our two ways of working. And yeah, it was a really good experience. And now we know that we can collaborate together also.
お二人の関係性も少し変 変わったというか、こう見つめ直すことができたのかなと今お話を聞いて思いました。ありがとうございます。
Yes, exactly. And also our path for our professional career has changed a bit from the competition because we decided to work more on the experience. We understood that working on emotion as a designer was possible. So we wanted to be more involved in this part. So we are both of us working more on the experience and on the advice within the design field as designer, I mean.
ありがとうございます。わかりました。では最後にですね、今年のデザインアワードに応募しようと思っている方々に向けて、お二人からそれぞれメッセージをいただきたいんですが、お願いします。
Perfect. Well, the first advice I would tell them would be do not hesitate first, but also stay open-minded. Like go as far as you want to go, at least while it's in the scene. But stay very open-minded, be crazy, be creative, go reach like the deepest meaning you can.
I think also from a French point of view, I would say for future people, even if they are foreigner, to try to think out of the box, not to keep in something too obvious, let's say maybe, and also to not be afraid to explore different paths and different ideas. As I think also it was the exact purpose of this contest, to try to explore new things and to try to bring a new kind of creativity into the design product. So I would say to not to be afraid to explore maybe new culture for some of them, bringing also a bit of their own culture. It would create something, a mix, which will be really interesting, I think. Maybe that was our case. We can't really understand which was the limit of our culture from the Japanese from a Japanese context. But yes, I would say not to be afraid to bring their full creativity.
エミレ&ジョセフさん、ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you very
you for this organization and for this contest. It was perfect for us. We really enjoyed it.
それでは、国用デザインアワード2023応募に関するご説明を以上で終了いたします。長い時間ご視聴いただきありがとうございます。皆さんのご応募をお待ちしております。